Hello everybody, gonna do a quick little tutorial, show you how to get Homebrew running on either 5.0, 0.2, any of those versions basically, or 4.0 versions. 4.1.0 is my switch here at this time for this version and demonstration. Now what you're gonna need to do is go to the website, depending on which one you need to go to for either 5.0 or 4.0, depending on what your system is on. Download the files they recommend. I've downloaded those files. Now you're going to want to format your SD card as FAT32. Now after doing that, for 4.1.0 demonstration purposes, it's the same process for either one, but you need to get the files associated with that one. After formatting your SD card as FAT32, you're going to want to put it back into your Nintendo Switch, and then you're going to have to put your Switch in RCM mode, which is basically jerry-rigging your Switch with a cord like I did from here to the 10th pin on the right joystick when it slides in here. So by doing that, put your Switch into RCM mode, which allows you to transfer a payload to initiate all the files. So what you're going to want to do with your SD card actually plugged into your computer is transfer over the SD files, so everything that you will see right here. You're going to want to transfer those onto your SD card. And I also transferred, if I'm not mistaken, this Switch file here from an App Store folder. You can find that online too. It's just the App Store, one of the Homebrew apps that you can have that allows you to download other things. Now you also want to make sure your payload is wherever you're going to send it from. There's a way of sending it from your Windows computer, your Mac computer, many other different computers. For my demonstration, I'm going to be doing the payload from my Android device, my Galaxy S8. So if I go over to my Galaxy S8 here, I chose file. There's a choose file option right there. So I chose file and I chose the payload, which I put onto my phone. And then when I go to do the thing, it will show, as long as you put your Switch into RCM mode, you have to jerry-rig it basically like this, like I did. And then you're going to want to hold the power button and the volume up button. I usually push the volume up button and then the power button, and it'll put it into this mode. I'll have it plugged into my phone beforehand, and then I'll see this APX. Sometimes I gotta unplug the USB cable and plug it back in, and then it'll show. Sometimes I have to do the RCM attempt. Sometimes it'll boot right into the Switch, and I gotta do it again to make sure it stays black and I'm in RCM mode. Then I click APX, connect, and then I'm going to send the file, and now my Switch is in the mode I need it to be in. Now that it's in this mode, I'm going to try to get, this is not my normal camera for all this, just so you guys know I'm trying my best, trying to get it to focus. But you're going to select the top one. It says launch firmware. You can go up and down with the volume up and down buttons, and you select launch firmware with the power button, and then you launch CFW, and then that's going to initiate your Switch into allowing you to launch Homebrew. Now for the next step, you're going to have to go on your Switch. I'm going to try and do this all in one. Hopefully this thing don't fall. Now I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go down to my album, and as you can see, Homebrew is loaded. And for the purposes of this video, to show something working, now I've noticed on 4.1.0 that I'm able to load a little more, like emulator wise and everything. You don't need this jerry rigging after you launch the payload. Once the payload's done, you can, or your jig, whatever you're using, and you should, have some common knowledge on all this to be able to attempt and do all this. I should be able, I gotta slide my controller into the system, sorry. There we go, see. So it does work. Inputs are working. I can swing my sword. There's volume. I'm going to turn that down real quickly. Now, yeah, this isn't a hold your hand tutorial. This is kind of an idea of how it all works. A rough idea. The website I send the payload from my Android device is a WebFuse launcher. The address is a little different. I'm going to try and attach the links to the forums or threads and where you can download the SD card files and the payload file, and I'm also going to include a link to this website that you can launch from your Android device. This does not currently work on a browser, any browsers but Chrome. Does not work with Windows due to limitations, this method of launching your payload. It depends, you know, I guess. I do it from Android, so it seems to work from this website to send the payload. And it's versatile, so I can use it on the go to get into this mode. But yeah, all the best. Hope you like. Homebrew is working. 4.1.0. And just to confirm, I am on 4.1.0 on this switch. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to go down to my system. And it's saying a system update. I'm going to have to prevent that from happening. Surely don't want that on this switch. Yeah. All the best. Wish you best of luck. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification icon. And this is at your own discretion. You know, if you want to do this, by all means, if you want to have some fun, that's how I look at it. Some people might be worried. I'd say have some common knowledge in what you're doing, and you should be good to go. Take care. Need to load up all those ROMs. Then I'll be good. All the best.